in one university, I lacked credits for statistics. It was a data science course. I didn't have a statistics subject. And they called me for an interview as well. And they were like, yeah, everything looks good. They told me like, what did you learn in statistics? And I was like, I didn't have a statistics subject, but you entered statistics. So I told them it was a combined subject of statistics and probability. And they were like, no, we won't accept that. We want a standalone statistics subject in your bachelor's. So I told them I didn't have that. And they were like, okay, then we can't consider you.
When it comes to writing a good SOP, which is very important document, I believe, right? How did you write? What was the structure you followed? And how many did you prepare when you were applying?
So I didn't refer to ChatGPT.
Okay.
I did everything on my own. Actually put all the elements in the SOP, like from the personal experiences which I had, starting from my school, then college, then work experience, everything I put structure-wise, not into many details. I kept it in like less than 2 pages. It's like around 1.5. And also I made multiple SOPs. I applied to 3 courses: computer science, data science, and then AI ML. I made 3 kind of structures for the SOPs, and for the university I maintained 1 paragraph for the university and I changed the university names. But yeah, I used to put more informations about the university, why I'm going to that city, what are the expectations I'm having, and if you want to put a little bit more about the subject or any professor you have some kind of link, then you can refer that as well. But I don't think that's mandatory. Only thing is you have to put a little bit effort and make it on your own. Just don't blindly follow ChatGPT and all. And yeah.
How many recommendation letters you gave?
I had 2 from my office and 2 from college.
Wow.
So I collected like from the studies as well as from the work matter as well.
मैं usually जब बोलता हूँ students को तो बोलते हैं मैं तो अभी काम कर रहा हूँ, मेरे को कोई professor जानता नहीं अभी जो पढ़ा रहा है.
Okay.
That was not the case with you?
No, that's not the case. Fortunately, I was a good student at college.
Okay.
So my professors remembered me, and I used to nag them.
Okay. तू भी favorite था professor का?
Not really. So I had this one specific professor. He was my, project guide in the final year thesis. So उससे मैंने एक लिया, and he wrote really good stuff, and specifically he was my project guide. So he had a lot of stuff to say about that as well.
और उन्होंने content खुद से लिखा कि तूने दिया?
So I gave him some like pointers, like okay, could you write about this and stuff like that, and he was like, yeah, sure.
हाँ नहीं, मैंने दूसरे स्टूडेंट से बात करके ये समझ में आया कि वो खुद लिखते हैं, मतलब स्टूडेंट, और फिर प्रोफेसर जाके साइन कर देते हैं, बस ऐसा है.
Generally that's the thing. So my second recommendation, that's what happened. So I had to write it myself. I actually told the professor like, could you write it? So but she was like, no, I'm busy with stuff and that. So she told me like, give me a draft, I'll check it. But she did one thing, that she edited some of the stuff, and that was like, okay. So I wrote like partially honest stuff about myself, and
partially,
yeah. So yeah, and then I gave her. She obviously edited some of her stuff, and then she gave me the final draft with the signature and stuff.
Okay.
So अगर प्रोफेसर के साथ आपकी अच्छी बनती रहेगी, so आप उसको रिक्वेस्ट कर सकते हो कि प्लीज आप बना के देखो एक बार, because university which is checking your documents, they will figure it out कि भाई किसने लिखा है. Obviously they won't they might this might affect sometimes, but generally it doesn't, but they will figure it out. Yeah, people are like, okay, मैंने बहुत changes किया है, I'm using passive voices, but उनको पता चल जाता है. So
right.
I would suggest like just first ask your professor.
एक application में कितना appropriate होता है LOR? 2, 3, 4, 1 क्या है?
I mean, in Germany, like they don't require LOR. So मैंने जहाँ भी apply किया, so only 2 universities में they were asking for LOR, and they were asking only 2. So you can prepare 2 if that's okay.
हाँ, ये मैं लेटली सुन रहा हूँ, बहुत लोग स्टूडेंट बोल रहे हैं मेरा तो नहीं लिया LOR या SOP भी नहीं लिया कहीं कहीं तो. Is that true?
I just want to suggest one thing. So बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट का ऐसा होता है कि उनका CGPA बहुत कम रहता है एंड दे मस्ट बी डाउटिंग कि मतलब मेरा होगा या नहीं. सो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज इफ योर CGPA is low, I would suggest that get a work experience. Just like me, I have just scored around just 7.69. I had a very low score.
Wow.
Yeah, and then but what I had done is I got a very good experience. I have a good experience in one of the automotive companies for 2 years. So yeah, I was in Mercedes-Benz. So I got a really good experience from there. Now what adds on to your profile while getting shortlisted to university is your LOR now. Just because you have a lower CGPA, what you can, so this is all you can add up to just boost your profile amongst others.
Nice. Now that you've opened that topic, I actually want to talk about it. That what makes a good profile, right? If somebody with low score is watching us, people who have got more than 8.5 CGPA, probably they are on the safe zone. We can say, we all can agree on that.
8.5.
But anybody like in 7 here? Anybody else? What? Oh, we have more people. Okay. देखो कितना है?
मुझे 8.2 आया था.
8.2.
या.
और कितना एप्लीकेशन किया था?
आई गेस 7 और 8.
और कितने में से एक्सेप्ट आ गया था? एक.
यस ओनली.
वाओ. ओके उधर देना मैं आता हूँ.
मेरे 7 CGPA था.
7 CGPA था.
हाँ बस 7 CGPA था.
जूम कर रहे थे.
तो मैंने सिर्फ 2 यूनिवर्सिटी में अप्लाई किया. एक तो हॉक्सले में किया था और एक हॉफ में किया था.
हाँ.
हॉफ में फॉर ग्लोबल मैनेजमेंट के लिए किया था, पर उसमें A1 जर्मन चाहिए था तो उसमें हुआ नहीं था. फॉर सम रीजन हॉक्सले में हो गया. आई जस्ट वेंट विद दैट. मुझे पता था पब्लिक में और थोड़ा हार्ड होगा मिलना.
बट तू पेड कोर्स में है.
हाँ पेड कोर्स.
वी आल्सो हैव टू मेंशन दैट.
या पेड कोर्स में MBA है.
बट बाकी की जो जनता बैठी वो पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटी में नो ट्यूशन फीस वाली है.
हाँ.
बट यू स्टिल मेड इट टू जर्मनी. ओके.
Yeah.
उधर कितना आया था? कितना CGPA था?
9.
9 CGPA.
Yes.
तुमने इसको पकड़ के मारते नहीं हो क्या? नहीं like so how many you got accepted?
So I applied to 7 and then I got accepted from I think 5.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
तो 2 ने फिर भी रिजेक्ट किया इतना स्कोर होने के बाद भी.
Yes.
तो ये लॉजिक तो डेफिनेटली नहीं कि भाई तू हायर ग्रेड्स लाएगा तो तू सिलेक्ट हो रहा है.
No, yeah,
ऐसा
it
नहीं है.
doesn't matter. Yeah, differ करता है university to university. Some of them really want कि I've seen that as well. Like specifically for me, I am from a different background and I wanted to apply in CS. So they really care about prerequisites or your requirements of the subject. So वो लोग देखते नहीं, like universities like FAU and I guess TU Munich and stuff like that, they won't even check your score if you don't meet their subject criteria.
It's true.
So yeah, they want one subject. So what happened for me was in one university I lacked credits for statistics. It was a data science course. I didn't have a statistics subject and they were like everything is good, and they called me for an interview as well and they were like yeah, everything looks good. And they told me like what did you learn in statistics, and I was like I didn't had a statistics subject. And so they were like but you entered statistics. So I told them it was a combined subject of statistics and probability, and they were like no, we won't accept that. We want a standalone statistics subject in your bachelor's. So I told them I didn't had that, and they were like okay, then we can't consider you.
And I think this is one of the very common reasons to get
Yeah.
rejection also, irrespective of your grades, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't meet their criteria and probably आपको उन्होंने रिजेक्शन इसलिए भी किया होगा शायद से क्योंकि हो सकता है मास्टर्स में कुछ उसका रिलेशन हो.
Yeah, obviously
Right?
there is like requirements, like because अभी first semester में they'll either refresh your
Exactly,
your
right?
background or either like relevant to the bachelor's there'll be like application subjects. So machine learning applications.
Right. So sometimes the rejections what students get is not because they are bad, it's just the requirements are not,
Yeah,
you
so
know.
like if you are from like mechanical
Right.
and you'll apply to like computer science, even though you have like 9.5, if you don't meet their criteria they won't even check your score.
Right.
Yeah.
10 भी रहेगा तो भी नहीं लेंगे तेरे को,
नहीं,
right?
नहीं.
वो है.
So why they reject, or sometimes like it's very depressing to see rejections, right? Obviously. So what TU Dortmund does is तुम application डालो and they'll give you a self-assessment sheet. So there you'll understand if you'll be able to study there or no. So just because you got somehow, if you luckily got into, and then like you'll see the reality in first semester itself.
What is self-assessment test? Give us an insight.
Yes. So self-assessment test is like what are the very important courses that they'll be focusing on the whole course, and then they'll give you some example problems and example concepts. Then, and if you are able to understand those, and if you are able to already solve those, so if this is for the Indian viewers, so if they are able to, those will be like around gate level questions. So if you but those questions here are just normal. Those will be like assignment questions for these guys. So if you are able to solve those, then you're well and good. And then by luckily, if you somehow got in, then definitely you'll suffer here.
And who else gave this assessment kind of thing? Yeah.
I made a report, I think.
Which university?
You don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah,
Okay.
I made a report, and like they had a problem statement, a small data set in that, and they like asked what probability you can use. I think same, na?
Yes.
Yeah, same. What probability you can use, what type of test series, t-test, p-test, all those things. They asked a long question, and they mentioned that we want this and conclusion. So I made a 5-6 page of report, and I got rejection in that also.
Okay.
I like applied in 6 university. I got 3 rejection and 3 acceptance.
And what was the reason for rejection?
First rejection, I said that report thing.
Right.
And second one, I mentioned that subject requirement statistics. It got rejected in LMU. They wanted like high grades in statistics. I didn't met that requirement. So that too. And I didn't remember about third bronze check. What did they say? Yeah.
And what was your grades? CGPA?
8.5.
8.5.
Okay.
How much was yours?
My CGPA was 9.09, and and I applied to 7 universities, and I got admit from 2.
Okay. You see, surprisingly, वो दोनों साथ में ही बैठे. वो 9 CGPA वाले एक अगल बगल में.
Coincidence.
I did my bachelor's in Germany. I applied directly, and for this course in University of Bremen, Management Information Systems. It is actually a course which comes under numerous clause. Minimum, I just needed a bachelor's degree in this related field. No matter my marks, I will get entry for this because it came under the numerous clause. So
Right.
any amount of students will be accepted with whatever grade. Just minimum bachelor degree is required.
Right.